Hey there, Money Loop family. Don't forget to subscribe for smarter financial success. Let's dive into today's money strategy. Personal finance basics. The only guide you'll ever need. Hook, are you tired of that pit in your stomach when the bills are due? Drowning in financial advice that sounds like a foreign language? Let's be honest, feeling stressed about money is exhausting. But what if I told you that feeling is a choice? And it's one you don't have to make anymore. In the next few minutes, we're going to cover 5 simple, foundational pillars that will take you from financial anxiety to genuine financial confidence. This isn't some boring lecture. This is your game plan for mastering your money so you can start building the life you actually want. Let's do this. Welcome, everyone. Forget all the confusing jargon and those sketchy get-rich-quick schemes you see online. Today, we're breaking it all down into a clear, actionable system. We're going to walk through the 5 pillars that are the absolute bedrock of a healthy financial life. By the end of this video, you won't just know these concepts, you'll have a practical roadmap to put them into action today. This is about taking back control, building real confidence, and finally being the one in charge of your money, not the other way around. Alright, first up, and you can't skip this one, is budgeting. I know. The word budget probably makes you think of a strict financial diet where you survive on ramen and tap water. That's not what this is. A budget is just a plan. It's you telling your money where to go, instead of scratching your head and wondering where it all went. The first step is simple. You need to know what's coming in versus what's going out. So, for just 1 month, track everything. Every coffee, every subscription, every late-night pizza. This isn't about judging your choices, it's about gathering cold, hard data. Once you have your data, the easiest way to build a budget that doesn't feel like a cage is the 50-30-20 rule. Popularized by Senator Elizabeth Warren, people love it because it's simple and it works. Here's the breakdown. 50% of your after-tax income goes to your needs. This is the must-have stuff. Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Next, 30% is for your wants. This is the fun stuff. We're talking dining out, hobbies, that vacation you've been dreaming about. This category is what makes a budget stick, because life without a little fun is no life at all. And finally, the most important 20% goes to savings and debt repayment. This is for future you. It's what you'll use to pay off debt, build your emergency fund, and start investing. The 50-30-20 rule gives you a balanced blueprint. And remember, think of these percentages as a starting point, not a strict law. If you live in a pricey city, your numbers might look different, and that's okay. The goal is to be intentional. Pillar number 2 is your financial safety net, the emergency fund. Because let's face it, life happens. Cars break down, pipes burst, and sometimes, job situations change unexpectedly. An emergency fund is a pile of cash you've set aside for only these kinds of surprises. It's what keeps a random Tuesday from turning into a full-blown financial crisis. Your big goal here is to save up 3 to 6 months' worth of essential living expenses. Just look at your needs from the budget, multiply it by 3 to 6, and that's your target. I know, that number can look intimidating. But you don't have to get there overnight. The secret? Just start. Open a separate, high-yield savings account for this money. If it's mixed in with your everyday cash, you'll be tempted to use it for non-emergencies. Out of sight, out of mind. Then, automate it. Set up a transfer from your checking to your emergency fund for every payday. Treat it like a bill you have to pay. And anytime you get some extra cash, a bonus, a tax refund, that birthday check from your grandma, fight the urge to blow it all. Funnel a good chunk of it straight into your emergency fund to get there faster. Trust me, the peace of mind you get from this cash cushion is priceless. Now, let's talk about that giant weight holding so many people back, debt. Pillar number 3 is all about understanding it so you can conquer it. And the first thing you need to know is that not all debt is the same. There's good debt, and then there's bad debt. Good debt is usually money you borrow for something that will grow in value or boost your income. Think of a reasonable mortgage, a student loan for a valuable degree, or a loan to start a business. These are typically investments in yourself that come with lower interest rates. Bad debt. That's borrowing for stuff that loses value, especially when the interest rates are sky high. The number one villain here is high-interest credit card debt from overspending. It traps you in a nightmare cycle of minimum payments where you're barely making a dent in what you actually owe. So, how do you fight back? First, make a hit list of all your debts, ordered from the highest interest rate down to the lowest. Then, you use the debt avalanche method. You make minimum payments on everything, but every extra dollar you have from your 20% savings category gets thrown at the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that one is gone, you take all the money you were paying on it and attack the next debt on the list. This creates a powerful payment snowball that gets bigger and faster as you go, saving you a fortune in interest. Okay, let's pause and take a breath. We've covered budgeting, emergency funds, and debt. That's your financial defense, and it's a huge deal. If you're getting value out of this, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It genuinely helps the channel get this info out to more people. And I'm curious, what's the one financial question that's been on your mind? Drop it in the comments below. With your defense locked in, it's time to go on offense. Pillar 4 is where we talk about building real, long-term wealth, saving and investing. They are not the same thing. Saving is putting money aside in a safe place for short-term goals. Investing is buying assets, like stocks or real estate, that have the potential to grow and make money for you. The magic ingredient here is compound interest. Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. It's when your investments earn a return, and then those returns start earning their own returns. It's a chain reaction that can turn small, regular investments into a serious pile of money over time. And you don't have to be some stock-picking wizard to get started. For most people, the best entry point is low-cost index funds or ETFs. These funds are like baskets that hold tiny pieces of hundreds or even thousands of companies. An S&P 500 index fund, for instance, lets you own a slice of the 500 biggest companies in the US instead of betting it all on one horse. You're betting on the entire race. It's simple, it's diversified, and historically, it's a rock-solid strategy for building wealth. This final pillar ties it all together, planning for retirement. I know, it can feel like it's a million years away, but the choices you make today will absolutely define your life decades from now. The goal is to build a nest egg so big that one day, you can live off your investment returns without ever having to work again. Your most powerful weapons for this are tax-advantaged retirement accounts, like a 401k through your job or an IRA you open yourself. These accounts give you huge tax breaks that let your money grow way faster. Now, listen up, because this is important. If your employer offers a 401k match, that is asterisk-free money. They might match 100% of your contributions up to, say, 5% of your salary. You need to contribute asterisk at least enough to get that full match. Not doing so is literally turning down a pay raise. Once you've secured the match, try to bump up your contribution over time, aiming for 15% of your pre-tax income. Inside your 401k or IRA, just invest that money in the low-cost funds we just talked about. Set it, automate it, and let it do its thing. Your future self is going to be very, very grateful. So that's the playbook. The 5 pillars of financial freedom. Asterisk budgeting. Asterisk give every dollar a job using the 50-30-20ths framework. Asterisk emergency fund. Asterisk build that 3-6 month safety net and buy yourself some peace of mind. Asterisk debt. Asterisk know the difference between good and bad debt, and use a smart strategy to crush the bad stuff. Asterisk investing. Asterisk let compound interest work its magic with simple, low-cost funds. Asterisk retirement. Asterisk use tax-advantaged accounts to build the future you deserve. Feeling overwhelmed by money is a choice you no longer have to make. You have the tools now. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. Pick one pillar. Just one, and take a single, small step today. Open that savings account. Track your spending for 1 week. Up your 401k contribution by just 1%. Small, consistent actions are what lead to life-changing results. You can do this. You have the guide. Now go take control. Hey there, Money Loop family. Don't forget to subscribe for smarter financial success. Let's dive into today's money strategy.